Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to Ashland Tonight News. Today is Thursday, September 18th, and TV2 is joining you live from the Ashland County Fair. Here's a look at today's top stories.
Ashland County Fair kicked off this week and has been attracting people from across the state. Find out about the events when we come back.
Ashland University's President Fred Finks will be getting national attention. Hear how when we return.
The aftermath of Hurricane Ike hit our area hard this week, and many are still left without power. Stay tuned to learn more. I'm Giselle Updegraff.
And I'm Jake Beckley. It's all coming up next, only on Ashland Tonight News.
Thanks for joining us. The annual Ashland County Fair kicked off Sunday, and despite ugly weather, earlier this week has been off to a great start. Big-time country music stars Emerson Drive and Tracy Lawrence stopped by Tuesday night for a concert. Other highlight events included tractor pulls, harness racing, and the mini truck derby.
AU has received the maximum 10-year reaccreditation of its programs. Faculty and facilities were given a stamp of approval, which is vital to the well-being of any institution of higher learning. The reaccreditation process reviews every facet of the university, from the physical plant to its academic programs. The 10-year reaccreditation will run through the 2017-2018 academic year.
Animals from the Columbus Zoo visited campus last Thursday as part of the Adopt a Grandparent Community Service Program. Exotic animals included an armadillo, an alligator, a tropical bird, bearcat, and several others. Elderly residents from local nursing homes were brought to see the animals, as well as children from elementary schools. The event was free and open to AU students as well.
Ashland University's own President Frederick Finks is preparing for national spotlight. Finks was chosen to appear in promotions for the National Association of College Stories. The promotion will feature him in various national publications that advertise both public and private colleges throughout the country.
AU's Coburn Art Gallery will host an exhibition of work produced by AU alumni. The exhibit will run now through the 4th of October. An artist reception will be held between 4:30 and 6:30 on October 3rd. Both the reception and the exhibit are free and open to the public. The Coburn Art Gallery is located outside Hugo Young Theater in AU's Center for the Arts. Normal gallery hours are 10 to 5 weekdays, and other viewing times can be made via appointment. For further information, contact Larry Sheeman, Director of Gallery Operations, at 419-289-5652. Once again, that's 419-298-5652. Still to come, presidential VP candidate is reaching out to Ohio voters by making stops in our area. Find out more when we return. It's all coming up on Ashland Tonight News. Stay tuned.
City.
One campus.
One village.
One family.
One teacher.
One crisis.
One missionary.
One shelter.
One church. Transforming the world one student at a time.
Here's something to think about. New research shows that regular exercise and a heart-healthy diet may help to reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Thinking ahead now might make all the difference tomorrow. For more ways to maintain your brain, visit the Alzheimer's Association at alz.org.
For the people in our armed forces, it's a time of sacrifice, a time of duty. That's why we've joined together to form the Armed Forces Relief Trust to help military families cope with financial and medical emergencies at home. The 4 military aid societies gave millions last year to cover unexpected medical expenses, child care, and more. But with so many overseas, the need is greater than ever. They're serving us. Let's serve them in return.
Hi, Mr. President. My parents believe that eating meals together will make our country strong. Is this something that you did when you were a kid?
I did eat with my family so long as my mother wasn't cooking.
It's not good making fun of your mother, even if you are president, but it is good to have dinner with your kids. We know the more often children have dinner with their families, the less likely they are to smoke, drink, and use drugs. So simply having dinner together can help your children forever, even if you're not a great cook.
My name is Shannon. Can you see me?
Last year, millions of teens suffered from abuse, mental, physical, sexual. There's no shortage of troubled kids in our country, just a shortage of funds to help treat them. We're Star Commonwealth, and we've been helping troubled kids since 1913.
Can you hear me?
Tell them you do. Please, give generously.
Can you see me?
As parents, we do whatever is necessary to ensure the health of our children. Sadly, most parents don't realize that their child's first eye exam with an eye doctor should be between the age of 6 and 12 months. I urge you to take your baby to an optometrist for a comprehensive eye assessment. It can literally change your child's vision of the future.
Infancy optometrists offer a no-charge eye assessment for infants 12 months old or younger. Call today to find an optometrist near you.
We're watching TV2, a service of Ashland University.
The Democratic Vice President nominee toured Ohio this week, making stops in our area. Joe Biden made a surprise visit in Mansfield yesterday before traveling to Worcester for a town hall meeting. Both party candidates are expected to make additional stops in Ohio as we come closer to the November 4th elections.
One Ashland City councilman could be facing serious penalties. Finance Director Anna Tomisak was accused of squandering city funds at Tuesday's City Hall meeting. Accusations against Tomisak say that over $9,000 may have been spent in excess purchases. The case is being investigated by the Ashland City Council.
A deadly crash in Ashland County caused one man to be cut out of his vehicle. Michael Osborne was life-flighted to Cleveland Metro Health Medical Center after he collided with a semi-truck head-on, as Osborne was headed north on State Route 42. Police say the driver of the semi-truck was wearing his seatbelt and suffered no serious injuries. The crash is still under investigation.
From the billions of dollars in damages across the country to the fallen tree on Ashland's own Founders Lawn, Hurricane Ike struck the U.S. with tremendous force. The state of Texas was hit the hardest, with severe winds and flooding brought to the death toll of 50. Ike also caused the highest number of internet outages since the blackout of 2003. Ohio, Texas, and Pennsylvania experienced the highest loss of internet. More than 400 networks were taken out. A governor's state of emergency declaration was issued in Ohio due to winds of nearly 70 miles per hour on Sunday. 2,600 people in Ashland County alone were left without power. This led to many school closings, some lasting all the way till today. All aftermath of the storm has finally left Ohio, but how long is this sunshine going to last? Up next is Leland Gottlieb with your weather updates.
Welcome back to Ashland 29 News. I am Leland, the weatherman Gottlieb, bringing you, yes, Ashland's weather. Let's get right to the temperatures, because that's the main story around the area today. If you take a look, we can see cool temperatures up in New York, which is expected up there in the lower 60s and mid 60s. However, as you take a look in the Ohio area, you can see temperatures are in the 60s as well, some mid 70s as you head further south to Columbus. But really cool temperatures out there today, and that will be the story for the next few days. Temperatures will rise a little bit, but still pretty cool for this time of year. Now, here's a look at just how clear it is outside. This is the satellite loop for the last few hours, and you can see not a cloud anywhere in the Midwest or Northeast. We have some clouds off in the Atlantic Ocean, but that's about it. So yeah, we have some pretty nice weather outside. We can take a look at the current dew points, and this is throughout the country. Generally, dew points describe the moisture in the air, and it measures that. And if it's above 60 degrees, it's generally pretty humid outside. You can see that down in Florida. However, if it's below 60, it's pretty dry out. 40s are exceptionally dry, and that's what we have here in Ohio. You can see most of the Ohio region. 49 is the highest, so very dry conditions outside. Lastly, let's take a look at the current surface map. This shows the fronts and high pressures that travel through the jet stream. You can see a cold front which is passed off to our east and is giving us this cool weather, along with this high pressure which is clockwise flow, so we have northerly winds coming down from Canada. And that will remain here for the next few days. Now let's take a look at that all-important 3-day forecast. We can see temperatures will rise a little bit and moderate into the upper 70s by Saturday, with sunny skies throughout, so enjoy that weekend. That's all I have for weather. Here's Brendan with sports.
Thanks, Lee. I'm Brendan Bittner, and here's your look at Ashland sports. The Ashland University football team knocked off Michigan Tech 48-41 to pick up its first win of the season. The Ashland offense was able to pick up nearly 600 yards of total offense, including 423 passing yards from quarterback Bill Cundiff. Cundiff also tied his own school record with 5 touchdown passes. Tailback DeJuan Harvey ran for 147 yards and a touchdown. Nick Belanco and Johnny Long each caught 2 touchdown passes, and Joe Horn caught 7 passes for 157 yards and 1 touchdown. The Eagles grabbed a quick 21-0 lead before briefly letting the Huskies pick up the lead in the second half. But a big interception return by Tom Brenner helped to put away the Huskies. Ashland is at home on Saturday at Community Stadium to take on Tiffin in the school's first ever playoff football matchup. The men's soccer team remained undefeated on the year with a 3-0 win over Lake Erie yesterday. The Eagles are ranked 18th in the country. The game with the Lake Erie Storm remained scoreless through the first half, but the Eagles struck for all 3 of its goals in the second stanza. Aaron Favory put his head on the first goal on a cross into the penalty box, and Adam Spanbauer tacked on the final 2 goals, the final one coming on a penalty kick, to close the game. Spanbauer now has 9 goals in 6 games this season, and the Eagles are at Ohio Dominican on Monday as they look to stay unbeaten. The women's soccer team earned its 3rd consecutive victory on Sunday with a 1-0 win at Northern Michigan. Casey Snyder tallied the only goal for Ashland in the 85th minute, with the assist coming from Kelly Usher. The Eagles were outshot 8-0 in the first half, but rallied to outshoot the Wildcats 5-2 in the second. Krista Erbst made 5 saves in the first half to keep the Eagles in the game. Ashland travels to Ferris State and Grand Valley this weekend. The volleyball team won its first home match of the season by a score of 3-1 over Tiffin. The Eagles dropped the first set before claiming the next 3 for the win. Marina Santos had 14 kills and 15 digs for the double-double. Amanda Stefanski had 13 kills with a .357 hitting percentage, and Anicia Benton also notched 15 kills. The Eagles are on the road Friday and Saturday to take on Lake Superior State and Saginaw Valley. The women's tennis team has started its season with a 3-0 record, as they defeated Malone College yesterday, sweeping the match 9-0. The Eagles lost just 27 games in the 9 matches, as Victoria Gowdy and Paige Cooper swept their matches in singles, and Krista Halicki and Sarah Tegner also swept their doubles match. The Eagles are at the ITA Regional Tournament starting today through Saturday. That's all I have for AU Sports. Victoria is coming up next with your health report. Stay tuned.
And now, another fact of Congress. Long before there was a Congress or a U.S. government, not that far, there were 13 colonies of people. These colonies were under British rule, but many wanted to start a brand new country. They boldly declared their independence from British rule on July 4th, 1776. After 7 hard years at war, the Americans and the British declared peace, and on September 17th, 1787, the United States of America officially started with the signing of the U.S. Constitution. Article 1, Section 1 of the Constitution says, "All legislative powers shall be vested in a Congress, which shall consist of a Senate and a House of Representatives." And that's another fact of Congress.
Congratulations on the promotion.
I hope you're saving the extra money.
You gotta put it in stocks.
If you want to get ahead.
No, bonds.
And CDs.
Stick it under the mattress.
Getting plenty of advice, but not enough facts? Visit saveandinvest.org. No confusing advice, no sales pitch. Just unbiased information and tools to help you manage your money with confidence. Saveandinvest.org.
Across America, service learning is helping students improve their grades and their communities by connecting the classroom with community service. Working together, students solve real problems, build new skills, and apply their knowledge in a whole new way. Inside the classroom and out, service learning opens new doors and brings learning to life. Get your school involved. Visit learnandserve.gov to find out how.
There are a lot of big issues in a national agenda.
But sometimes we help our communities most by getting involved in local issues.
Getting a traffic light at a dangerous intersection or cleaning up a polluted stream can improve lives and strengthen communities. That's what American democracy is all about.
I've always liked the attitude of the carpenter who said, "I cannot solve the world's problems, but I can help build this house."
Together, we can build a better future.
Get involved.
What do a store owner, a mother of two, and an honor student have in common? They've all recovered from a mental health problem, and they're all part of our lives. Mental health problems are surprisingly common. They affect almost every family in America, maybe even yours. Get the facts about mental health. Call 1-800-789-2647 because mental health is part of all our lives.
You're watching TV2, a service of Ashland University.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Victoria Venata with your health report. 2 infants are dead and more than 1,200 children are sick by tainted formula. The raw milk given to the children was watered down and chemically altered. So far, 340 children are being hospitalized, including 53 who have serious conditions. These conditions include malnutrition, kidney stones, and eye and skin irritation. The 2 brothers responsible for producing the formula have been arrested. The brothers confessed to watering down the formula and admitted they mixed the milk with a chemical known as melamine. The reason for doing this was to recover losses suffered when the factory rejected earlier milk shipments. They are now being charged with producing and selling toxic and hazardous food, which carries a possible death sentence. The Food and Drug Administration has issued a health advisory in response to the tainted milk-based infant formula produced in China. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration are issuing a health advisory today to assure the Americans that there is no known threat of contamination in infant formula manufactured by companies that met requirements to sell infant formula in the United States. The Food and Drug Administration linked bisphenol A to possible risks of heart disease and diabetes. Head of the FDA's Office of Food and Safety said, there are a number of things people can do to lower their exposure. Consumers can avoid plastic containers imprinted with the recycling number 7 because many contain BPA. Using a health survey of nearly 1,500 adults, the study found that those exposed to higher amounts of BPA were more likely to report having heart disease and diabetes. BPA is used in hardened plastics and in a wide range of consumer goods. Many scientists believe it can act like a hormone, estrogen, and animal studies have linked it with breast, prostate cancers, and reproductive system problems. Another experiment using human fat tissue found that BPA can interfere with a hormone involved in protecting against diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. Toxicology experts from another government agency have studied BPA. They found no strong evidence of health hazards from BPA, but stated some concern about possible effects on the brain in fetuses, infants, and children. That's all with health tonight. Let's toss it to Kelsey with the latest gossip. Kelsey?
Welcome back to Ashland News Tonight. I am Kelsey Miller here with your entertainment tonight. After years of Britney Spears' roller coaster with her new ex-hubby Kevin to her struggles with physical fitness, Britney is making a huge comeback. Not only is the media raving about her new look, but so is her mother. Lynn Spears appeared on the Today Show Wednesday morning and bragged about how both of her children were doing so well. For once, Lynn is finally right. Brittany has said goodbye to the baby weight and surprised viewers at MTV Music Awards with her slimming silver dress. Brittany has a new album that is set to be released on December 2nd. Can Spears hit us again with another chop-tarting hit? Fans, including myself, can't wait to see what she'll be singing next. On another note, reality TV is booming across the U.S., and I know I'm tuning in. Can you believe another sibling rivalry with Lauren is happening on the hills? And the death of Q on One Tree Hill. But you have to admit, you were crying too when the little boy in his cute suit put the cape of Super Q on his casket. And finally, Lori-Ann and P. Diddy are actually getting along this season, but who knows, maybe it won't last. You better stay tuned to see what happens next week. In other media action, the top 5 movies were a shocker to some. In 5th place was the comedy Tropic Thunder, starring Jack Black, Ben Stiller, and Jay Baruchel, racking up $4.2 million this weekend in its 5th weekend of being out. Not to mention, the movie was directed by our own Ben Stiller. Nice job, Ben. Coming in 4th was The Women with $10.1 million, and in 3rd was The Righteous Kill with $16.3 million. Many critics said that the veterans Robert De Niro and Al Pacino did it once again with another great crime picture, but said it was not one of their best. But who can outdo Godfather Part 2? In the 2nd was Tyler Perry's The Family That Prays with $17.4 million in its first weekend at the box office. And the #1 movie at the box office for its first weekend playing was Joel Coen's Burn After Reading, starring All-American Brad Pitt and the handsome as ever, even in his 40s, George Clooney. In this comedy, you will see a little bit of everything, some action, some suspense, and you'll even laugh. It can't get much better than with these hunks acting in it. Well, that's it for me today, and I'm Kelsey Miller with your TV2, and we'll be back after the break.
It's a sound we take for granted. Life seems so simple as a child, yet 500,000 children in Ohio have vision problems. Problems that, if not detected early, can lead to loss of sight and difficulty learning. Simple activities like riding a bike can become dangerous. When you register your vehicle or renew your license plates, add a $1 donation to the Save Our Sight Fund and help save the sight of Ohio's children. For more information, call 1-800-755-GROW.
Thanks for giving to Save Our Sight.
Sure, my neighbors Jean and Louise, they may be superheroes with superpowers, but that doesn't make them so super at saving energy and money. I mean, I like them and all, but when Jean uses that power vision to cook dinner?
Honey?
Or when Louise or Starbright tries to save a little on the lighting bill?
Mom, a little light?
I may not be able to harness the power of the elements, but I save significant cash and help the environment with appliances, electronics, and windows featuring the Energy Star label. And I improved my home energy efficiency with insulation. My thermostat? Watch this. I'm just kidding. It's programmable. I don't have to lift a finger to save on AC and heating.
Mom, Dad's making fondue again.
So discover your own energy-saving superpowers. Go to ase.org/consumers.
No matter what type of home renovation you're planning, put this at the top of your to-do list. Make sure your family is up to date on the tetanus vaccine, because after 10 years, none of you are protected against tetanus and another potentially fatal disease, diphtheria. A minor injury, such as a cut or a scrape, can put you at risk for a tetanus infection. And while safety gear offers some protection, an up-to-date vaccination called the TD Booster is your best insurance against tetanus. If it's been more than 10 years since your last booster, then it's not just your house that's out of date, it's you. If it's been 10, do it again. Talk to your healthcare provider to find out if it's time for a TD booster or visit nfid.org.
Ashland Theological Seminary, transforming the world.
One pastor.
One counselor.
One city.
One campus.
One village.
One family.
One teacher.
One crisis. One missionary.
One shelter.
One church. Transforming the world, one student at a time. You're watching TB2, a service of Ashland University.
Welcome back to Ashland Tonight News.
Are you a student who has questions or concerns you would like to ask President Finks? Well, you can. Email your questions to tv2@ashland.edu and turn in next week to get answers when TV2 producer Brittany Lee sits down with the president and finds out what Finks thinks.
And if you are looking for something to do tonight, stop by the Student Center Auditorium to hear special speaker Bless Casson Landis talk about her experiences with the death penalty and how she thinks it should be changed. The event begins at 7:30. Well, Giselle, have you been to the fair yet?
No, this is my first time.
Same for me, but I plan on coming Friday night to check it out, so...
Get some good fair food?
It's going to be a good time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Well, unfortunately, that does it for tonight's Ashland Tonight News.
We would just like to thank our TV2 crew, and if you're interested in helping out with Ashland's TV station, you can email us at tv2@ashland.edu.
And don't forget to join us next Thursday at 4:30.
Thanks for joining us.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.